girls like Celine, but you've also got Ashley Torres-Silas coming up. Yeah. Or I can think. Oh, okay. So we're on? Okay, welcome back to the inaugural Quad Series here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a hot one, both in temperature. Temperatures reaching up to about 100 degrees out here. But also a hot one in terms of the game we've got up here. Western Shred, Women's Open Plus up against the Southern Charm. We just saw a valiant comeback, or big comeback from the Northwest Wild to knock off the Northeast Rampage by one touchdown, scoring in the last minute to get that win there. Really good comeback there from the Wild. We're underway here with the Southern Charm tapping off in the blue, up against the Western Shred in the yellow. Running an early attack play. We've got a 6 again. I'm here with Glenn Hayes, Women's 27s coach at the last World Cup. Glenn, this is the first game for these two teams. What can we expect from these two?
Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, this is their first game up for the day, and while I think the early part of the game will be starting to sort out a few combinations between the teams that haven't really had a lot of time to prepare, I think we can look to some of the most experienced players that have been backing up from the past World Cup in our Women's Open, Mixed Open and Women's 27s division to sort of guide us around the park to start with from both teams. We do have a lot of experience both in the Western Shred team, and really looking for someone like Ashley Torres-Silas to stand up and playing in number 12 in the yellow. From the Southern Charm team, there's a scattering of past World Cup players here with some really good up-and-coming players that have really started to step up and show that they can find their place in the top of our game here in the US.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm most looking forward to in this one, Glenn, is especially with the Southern Charm, there are a lot of players that for nationals play in a mixed team in their club. Those clubs are sort of just getting started. And this is an opportunity for them, especially the women on that team, to come together and play Women's Open. So you'll see a lot of folks that aren't maybe typical Women's Open players stepping up into the mix here. We see the Western Shred starting to go downfield. Unfortunately, an unforced error in the roll ball there, forcing a turnover, and the Southern Charm are going to take it out of their half, getting over to the sub box, get fresh players on in this heat. Unfortunately, another error crossing the halfway for the Charm. There's probably a few early nerves here, Glenn. How do we maybe, how would the teams be approaching that? What won't they be doing to counteract that?
I think both coaches on the sideline will definitely be looking at trying to get the players to slow down, communicate when they get out onto the field, and just play their standard game of touch until they can get at those continuity in between. As you see another changeover here as they're attacking the line. I think, continuity between the teams was really something that's going to be important here early on in the match, just so they can start to find their feet a little bit. And I think, once the team that first starts to get that roll on, gets down into the end zone and, puts on that first touchdown, will really have that leg up in this game here until the other team can then find their feet and work forward. But as you see, the Southern Charm are in attacking the line again. Last play coming up here with going short side, and great defence there by the Western Shred to cut that down.
Yeah, great little move there from good combination there with Jordan and Alison Valles there in the middle and out to Grace. Western Shred now trying to get some momentum forward. We'd want to see him go. There's a really great run. That's from Lauren Thunen. Western Shred now through Danielle Mianos off that scoop. She's still got lightning pace. She looks short. And unfortunately, stepped over the back line. But that's the sort of attack that we want to see there off the back of, it was a rusty ruck set to start with, but a couple of really good drives And someone with blistering pace like Danielle Miano can really get off the back of that and scoop through and look to find an open player. Southern Charm now bringing it out of their own half. That's a really good run. We've got a ball out to the wing. Back into the middle. Good drive from Kat Diaz. Little loopy ball over the top. And the winger did a great job to shut in and take the time away from that player. It was a dangerous little situation that was broken down well by the wing. Charm now just getting into their patterns. Having a look at those at the line. Oh, they got lucky there with the offside call. Maybe they knew that and were having a free shot at the line. Glenn, what's typically the sort of structure here when you get a nice early set at the line, maybe one penalty already on that set? What would they be looking to do here?
A couple of things here, Adrian. We really want to set up and try and attack in a weakness that's already been found in the defence as the ball goes out to the winger and is unfortunately dropped. But another thing as well is the person that just got penalised is a good opportunity to attack on again because they're fearful of another penalty, especially with the now 2 penalty on the line exclusion rule that's come in. Makes a little bit more pressure under the defence and those people around them. As you can see here, Western Shred are coming up to their sub-box to get fresh legs on after defending multiple sets on the line. And are now looking for those good yards through the middle of the field again on those final touches. The half gets through. Number 14, Carly Bindon, is through looking for support. Gets in the end zone. And unfortunately, those lines must be hard to see down there because we've run out again. So turning the ball over now to the Southern Charm. Adrian, from a women's perspective, how do you think this game's been progressing over its last probably 6 or 7 minutes?
Yeah, I think those early nerves, they're still there, as you can see. Balls going to the deck, roll ball errors. But we have seen some more enterprising play in the last couple of minutes especially. So when we see that once they can get those good effective drives, basic skills, just getting them down the field, there is enough talent and speed in both of these teams to actually to really be the first try scorer in this game. But I think those early nerves are still there right now. We see the Western Shred just driving up the field with Celine Sheeran. Steady, calming presence there. Dives to the line. It's a really good look. And in fact, it's try. So there's our first try of the game. Celine Sheeran just marshals the troops. They get to where she needs them to be. And that's exactly what you were talking about there, Glenn, attacking that defender who's just made the touch. Really putting pressure on that person that's just getting onside. She does it so well. Women's Open player in the last couple of World Cups for the USA. And that's the sort of experience we needed to get that first try. Hopefully those nerves start to settle. Southern Charm now headed back down. We've got, I don't know what the referee's going to do here. We've got, I was just thinking, I thought that was the dummy half there. So for those that are new to the game, the person that picks up the ball, the half, can't get caught with the ball. They can run with it, but they can't get caught. Western Shred drive to their sub box, try and get some fresh players on. They do so again. Bindon and Matthews. Oh, Bindon throws the dummy and goes through. Great yardage. What can they do off the back of this set? Cara Matthews now. Oh, unfortunately that ball to the ground. But enterprising play, great yardage from Bindon.
We've seen that on back-to-back sets with the Shred now. They're getting that good turnout once they get onto the field with those fresh legs, getting down close to the line and having that access. Wondering if the Southern Charm can now get their defence in a right place to get in the way, stop that roll on and keep them off the scoreline here. As the Southern Charm now delve into attack, get into that middle spot and get that ball moving. They take it out to the far side wing and fortunately just can't complete that final few touches there. Good press up here by the Southern Charm to get up early, and Western Shredder finding just that little bit of space to keep the ball moving. Good yards up the field. They're up to 2 and they're on the 10-yard line. Let's see what these new players on the field can do, how they can get that ball going forward again. Ball's with Celine Sheeran, making space up the field, going wide now. Oh, zigzagging in and out. Okay, now they're going to set up for those last few touches to see if they can pierce through that Southern Charm line again. Quickie out here. And okay, and it looks like Celine Sheeran's gone through again, throws the dummy, goes straight through between the two middles. Now puts the Western Shred up 2-0.
See if the Southern Charm can steady the ship here and come back. They'll be keen to get this next try, not put themselves in too much of a hole. We've got the Cat Diaz running the show here. Out to Cat again. And they're just trying to force those extra passes and not playing patient. They still had touches in the bank there. And you can just see the difference, those calm heads of the Western Shred, prepared to take those touches, set up again, and just see what's happening as the game progresses. The Southern Charm just really trying to force things at the moment. That said, they've got a chance here to put some really good defensive pressure. They just go off the touch there, which gives the Shred that extra yardage that they really shouldn't have had there. And suddenly they're on the attack again through Bindon. We had Bindon and Latoy working together. Unfortunately, a turnover, but enterprising play off the back of a rucking set that probably shouldn't have got out of their half, to be honest. I'd love to see the Southern Charm put a little bit more pressure on the Shreds rucking and keep them down that end of the field. Southern Charm now working the ball out. This is a good rucking set. That's a great show. Gets through the hole into the backfield. Now we'll be looking to capitalise on the back of that. Fifth touch coming up. The scoop to the short side. Through the back. And I think we've got our first try. Yep, we've got our first try for the Charm. Really off the back of a great rucking set there. I think it was Colleen Fleming who ended up with the try there from Nola Touch. Actually, interestingly, Colleen just hiked up a volcano in Iceland during a snowstorm, which, just hiking up a volcano in itself is a good achievement. But doing it in a snowstorm, you can sort of see the types of feats that these players are capable out here. 2-1. The Shred looking to get straight back on the board. Mariko Moore looking at the line, getting a look at the line there. Got a good little interchange between the middles there. Good looking play, but well defended. Southern Charm bring it back out again. Starting to get good yardage off their sets. Like to see them get a good fourth touch here, lay that platform again. Slowing up a little bit here, but there's one into the backfield on last touch. We'll see if they can get off the back of that. And good play to get to the sixth touch at the far end of the field. The Shred work it back out. We're starting to see teams just getting into a little bit of a pattern now. Maybe those nerves are starting to go. Love to see them really consolidate some good drives here. Good decision to go back to the mark there from Torresilis. Western Shred setting up through Danielle Miano, Lauren Thunen. And we've got an offside call. So that was a really good press play there. scooping from half, testing that defender, making sure that they see if they can get that offside call, and sure enough, it came. So they look at, I think, good look at the line, the two middles. Setting up that sweeping play where you see that player coming around, looking at the line. I think, what's the referee got here? Oh, it's a ball down. That's unfortunate. It was actually a really good play. Attacking that offside defender again. Looks like they may have just dropped the ball on the way into the line. Some really good yardage there for the Southern Charm. Deep into the attacking end, Charlie Brunt taking over, taking control from half. And again, just lacking a little bit at the end of their sets, Glenn.
Yeah, I think, Adrian, the Southern Charm are just getting a little bit out of position on those final few touches to get themselves into a good attacking place. As the clouds start to come over the top here and the weather and the breeze starts to cool down a bit, we'll be hoping for, you know, a really good second half for these teams as we head into the final few minutes in this first half. Western Shredder now taking it up the middle through Bindon again, picking up from half, directing play. Latoy with a dump, Bindon taking off again. Overlap here now. Oh, and it's shut down nicely by the Southern Charm there. 6 to go for the Western Shred on the scoreline here. Let's see what this set play looks like from the Shred. Can they set up again to get in behind the Charm? Working through that middle play. Getting both those middles up, getting them out of the scoreline. Quickie out, ball back inside, and great defence there by the Charm. Sweeper going around, taking on the offside player, and I think it looks like ball down from a referee, Chad, there. Taking out Cara Matthews, beats a defender back to the scoreline, gets that ball down and now puts the Shred up 3-1 as we approach halftime.
Southern Charm looking to hit back, stay in this game through Nevaeh and Heller. Some great extra yardage there by Sophia Petard. So they're up there. We'd like to see, this is where they really need to just like take control, take their time, get good play off, really test this defense. There's a good look. Heller looks inside and then outside. The touch is made. Heller for Nevaeh. Nevaeh looks wide. Back inside. And they defend it nicely. Force that turnover. We've got a touch pass call there, so the Shred now take over again, head towards their sub box. Can't be long left in this half. Both teams will be happy for the break. Some great yardage there. Ali Pyle. Ali Pyle working the half. Lauren Thunen takes off from half. And really good defence there, just tracking from Nevaeh. Nevaeh just tracked Thunen. Just waited for to get onside and then made the touch. And the Charm now looking to ruck out. They really need to get off, get fresh bodies on. They've got probably, this is their last attacking set, and they'll want to throw a shot at the end of this set of 6. Kat Diaz. There's no one better to have the ball in their hands. Diaz off the back of the scoop. She's through. Touch is made. So touch is made on the half. But that was enterprising play. We want to see more of that. Really getting into the backfield and testing the shred defense, and then just making them have the ruck all the way back to their sub box and down to the far end of the field if they're gonna use that attack. Yeah, so we've got a call that the winger there's stepped out. Okay, referee's just taking control here. Countdown's on, probably got about 10 seconds left. See if the charm can do something off the back of this play. This will be it. The scoop comes off, and unfortunately a forward pass, but enterprising last couple of sets there from the charm. So that's half time. The score here is the Western Shred 3 and the Southern Charm 1.